Welcome to the deep dive. We're cracking open some ancient sources today,
There we are.
looking at some really profound questions about, well, a rebellion.
Yeah, not just any rebellion, though. It's more about a challenge to divine governance itself.
Exactly. We're using texts like Isaiah, Job, the Psalms. And the mission really is to unpack this story, understand why things happened the way they did.
That's right. We'll look at the conflict, the kind of surprising claims the rebel made, and, yeah, why wasn't there just immediate, judgment?
Okay.
There's some unexpected things to consider there. It goes pretty deep.
So let's start with that governance. How do these texts actually describe God's rule? What's the picture they paint?
Well, they talk about God ruling from a throne, using commandments.
Right.
And the foundation is described as righteousness, justice, kindness, truth.
And it's not just power for power's sake. It's framed as being rooted in, well, love.
Love is the fulfillment of the law, as they put it. It's quite a concept, isn't it? That core idea that love is the law and that this divine rule, it shapes everything.
It really sets the stage, doesn't it, for the challenge that comes next?
Absolutely. It establishes the standard that gets questioned.
Okay, so then we get this figure, Lucifer, also called Hellal, morning star. What's his deal?
Well, the sources say before Jesus was set to sort of inherit this throne, Lucifer wanted it.
Right.
He coveted that position. And he wasn't subtle about it.
Declared he'd ascend, raise his own throne above God's, make himself like the Most High. That's bold.
Incredibly bold. But it's more than just wanting the top job. It was an attack on the message.
How so?
He didn't just want the throne. His claim, his shocking claim, was that God's commandments, these very expressions of divine love, they were impossible.
Impossible for creatures to keep.
Actually, that's the core of his argument.
Wow. Okay, that takes it to another level, because if that's true,
Well, think about it. If creatures can't keep the rules,
then God's a liar for making them. Is that the implication?
that's what Lucifer suggested, that God imposed an impossible standard. And he didn't stop there.
He called them murderous tools, said they'd lead to death.
Yeah, twisting the very nature of the commandments. It's an almost unbelievably audacious lie, like you said.
So this wasn't just, I want power. It was an attack on God's character.
Fundamentally, yes. If Lucifer was right, God wouldn't be a loving ruler. He'd be a deceiver. A murderer, in a sense.
And the sources connect that idea, right? Satan as the father of lies and a murderer.
Precisely. Because by distorting truth, he severs others from God's life. That's the connection they make.
So what happens after this huge challenge? Where does Lucifer end up?
The texts talk about confinement to a place called Tartarus, often described as dark, chaotic.
Like that primordial chaos and void state?
Some interpretations definitely link it to that, yeah. A state of disorder.
But, okay, here's the question you raised earlier. Why not just end it? Why didn't God destroy him immediately?
Right. And this is maybe the most crucial insight from these texts. An immediate execution.
Yeah.
Well, how might that have looked to other created beings?
Like God was maybe scared, silencing someone who spoke a difficult truth.
Exactly. Could have sown doubt, fear, maybe even led to more rebellion down the line if others thought Lucifer had a point, but was just shut down.
So it wasn't just about punishment.
No, it was about vindication, about truth. The idea seems to be that God allowed the claims to play out.
Allowed everyone to see the consequences.
Yes. To let creation witness the true nature, the destructive reality of Lucifer's way versus God's way. It was like a cosmic trial, in a sense.
To prove God's character and his governance were actually just and loving.
Beyond any doubt. To shatter those accusations by letting the evidence unfold over time.
Wow, that's quite a perspective. We've gone from a rebellion story to this deep test of truth, character, and the very foundations of governance. It really highlights why sometimes letting things play out, letting truth emerge, is vital, even when the stakes feel impossibly high.
It definitely does. And that brings up a thought, and maybe for you listening. How does this ancient idea resonate today? This principle of vindicating truth over time, rather than just using immediate force? Do we see echoes of that in our own understanding of justice or truth?
That's a really powerful question to chew on.
Yeah. What stands out most to you from all this? Something to keep exploring.